The Vendor of Sweets, 1967, is set in Malgudi, R.K. Narayan's fictional South Indian town. It centers on Jagan, a widowed sweet vendor who is deeply influenced by Gandhian principles and leads a simple traditional life. His only son Mali returns from America with modern, westernized ideas that conflict with his father's values. The novel explores the generation gap, clash between tradition and modernity, and the search for inner peace. As Molly starts a story writing mission business and lives with an American woman named Grace, Jagan struggles to reconcile his ideals with his son's lifestyle. Eventually, disillusioned by materialism and family tensions, Jagan renounces his business and worldly attachments, seeking spiritual freedom, symbolizing Narayan's theme of self realization and detachment. Chapter wise summary. Chapter 1. We are introduced to Jagan, the sweet vendor, a devout follower of Gandhi who quotes him frequently. He runs a sweet shop in Malgudi and lives a simple, disciplined life. The novel opens in his shop, showing his honesty and devotion to tradition. His assistant is the cousin, who often teases him and serves as a link between Jagan and the modern world. Chapter 2. Jagan's past and family life are described. He is a widower and has a son named Mali, who dislikes his father's old-fashioned ways. Jagan worries about his son's future and education, but is also proud of him. There is a growing emotional distance between them. Chapter 3. Mali announces his decision to go to America to study creative writing. Jagan is shocked. He believes education must lead to a practical job and feels uneasy about Western influence. However, he reluctantly provides the money for Mali's trip, hoping it will make him successful. Chapter 4. After Mali leaves, Jagan becomes lonely but consoles himself with the thoughts of his son's bright future. He continues his business and attends the morning prayer meetings. The chapter highlights his attachment to Gandhian simplicity. Chapter 5. Mali returns from America with a surprise. He brings home a half American, half Korean woman named Grace, introducing her casually as his wife. Jagan is confused and uncomfortable. He treats Grace kindly, though he is uncertain of her cultural background. Grace tries to adapt to Indian customs, symbolizing the clash of East and West. Mali announces his plan to start a story writing machine business, claiming it will revolutionize writing. He demands a large sum of money from Jagan for the project. Jagan is disturbed by the commercial ambition and lack of respect Mali shows. Chapter 7. Tension grows between father and son. Grace attempts to mediate, but Mali becomes increasingly arrogant and neglectful. Jagan's friend, the cousin, advises him to be practical and not give in at all of Mali's demands. Jagan begins questioning his life's purpose and values. Chapter 8. Jagan's internal conflict deepens. He feels alienated both from his son and the modern world. Grace continues to live with them, but the cultural misunderstandings persist. Mali's business venture begins to fail. Chapter 9. One day, Mali is arrested for drunken driving. This shocks Jagan, as he had always believed his son to be morally upright. The incident becomes the breaking point. Jagan realizes he cannot control or change his son. Chapter 10. Jagan reflects deeply on his life, family, and attachment. He meets a hermit like hair dryer who speaks about spiritual detachment. Inspired, Jagan decides to renounce his worldly life, leaving the business and responsibilities behind. Chapter 11. Final chapter. Jagan hands over the sweet shop to his cousin and retreats to a quiet riverside retreat to lead a life of simplicity and meditation. The novel ends with Jagan at peace, symbolizing spiritual liberation and acceptance. while Mali remains imprisoned, a contrast between material bondage and inner freedom. Themes discussed: 1. Tradition versus modernity. 2. East versus West cultural conflict. 3. Parent child relationship. 4. Materialism and versus spiritualism. 5. Search for peace and detachment.